Guys, thanks for joining us here at Salty Ginger Talk. Today, we're going to teach you how to network and collaborate with people like a normal human being. So it's not fake. You're not forcing it. You're not pushing yourself on people. You don't feel slimy after you do it. But networking and increasing your circle of people you interact with is so important. We want to give you the skills and techniques you can use to get better at it. Excuse me. To practice it consistently and to expand the people you interact with, which is going to change your life. So that's what we're talking about today. So this is brought on because we hear people say a lot. Things like, I need more friends. I need better connections. I need to meet more people. I need better opportunities. And the reality is you do, but luck and circumstance are not going to get that done for you. You need a system. You need a way to continuously put yourself in situations where you can interact with people, and then you actually need to interact with them, because it's not networking. I think the way most people think about it, it's like you picture walking into a room full of people with a handful of business cards and trading the business cards and talking about this, that, and the other. It's almost like you're playing Pokemon. You're trying to collect their business card, and you give them your business card. That's not what networking is. Does that get your contact information to them and vice versa? Sure. But does it build a relationship where people want to interact with you? It does not. So real networking is really straightforward. It's just building trust with people by interacting with them. That's all it is. That's the way you got to think about it, because that's what actually happens. And it helps you both personally and professionally. So, like we said, you should not be fake. You should not be salesy. You should not feel slimy after you network with people. It should be natural. It should be natural conversations. Shouldn't feel like you're pushing yourself on people. You're using them to get something that you want. And we're going to teach you how to do that. So let's just jump into it, right? Number one, you got to change your mindset a little bit. Your network is not a list of contacts. It's the people that are going to help you build the life that you want by interacting with them, by learning from them, by teaching them, by helping them. You can get what you want out of life. And that's the big flip that most people need to make. Networking is not about what you can get out of it. Networking is what you can provide for other people. That will make them trust you. It will make them have confidence in you. It will make you rise up in their sphere of influence. That's the biggest mistake people make. They think they're getting something. It's actually about what you can provide to them. You have to think about it that way. I'm here to learn. I'm here to connect. I'm here to be useful. That is the mindset we need to have if we're going to be good networkers. You don't need to be charismatic. You don't need to learn to tell jokes. You don't need to be loud and boisterous. None of those things are necessary to be a good networker. Some people are that way, and that's fine. If that's how you are, good for you. That's great. Some would argue it gives you an advantage. I would argue it doesn't matter. You need to be consistent. That's the key to networking. Consistency beats charisma every single time. So why is this so important? Why are we doing an episode on this? Why do we care if we network? Why can't I just sit at home and do what I want to do and knock my stuff out and call it good? Well, here's the problem. Your circle, the circle of people you surround yourself, are who you become. Plain and simple. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It affects your standards, your habits, your opportunities, your confidence, your relationships, and the way you view the world. So it's terribly, terribly important who you surround yourself with. If you spend time around high character people who follow through, who think clearly, who don't make excuses, who don't act like victims, your life improves because your standards will rise. So if you find yourself around people who do the opposite of what I just said, they don't think clearly, they let their emotions run their lives. They make excuses all the time. It's not my fault. It's the weather. It's my boss. It's the circumstances. It's the economy. It's the president. Whatever. You're a victim. Those are people you want to spend less time with. Not saying cut them out of your life. Maybe you do need to cut them out of your life. I don't know. But those are not the people who you want to spend time with and allow them to influence how you think about the world. If you stay isolated and stuck with people who complain and do nothing, you will slowly start to complain and do nothing. That's how it works. If you surround yourself with people who don't make excuses, who take action, who want better things out of life and go after those things by taking action, you will start to perform those tasks as well. It's not a judgment. It's just a statement of fact. That's how the world works. Networking is not shallow. Networking is leadership for yourself and for the people you're networking with. It's building a life with support, with accountability, and opportunity. So you need basically 3 relationships. Let's break this down into like 3 buckets. One is friends. These are the people you genuinely enjoy being around. Belonging, fun, support. You like having a good time with these people. That's awesome. Number 2 are allies. People you build with, mutual help, referrals, accountability, connections. And then the 3rd bucket is, excuse me, mentors or peers. People who raise your standards. They challenge you. They help you grow. The truth is, if you think about those 3 buckets, you're probably missing at least one of them. You probably have nobody in one of those buckets. Most adults are missing at least one bucket. They just are. Some people have friends, but no allies. Some people have work contacts, but no real friends. Some people have neither, and then they wonder why life feels meaningless and heavy and pointless. It's because you don't have people to share it with. That's the whole reason. You're welcome. You don't need a bunch of therapy to understand it. You need to interact with other people on a regular basis in a productive way if you want to build a meaningful life, period. And you need to help them. It's not about them helping you. By helping them, that will help you, and they'll want to help you back, by the way. So think about it. Which bucket are you missing right now? Let's think about that for a second. What bucket are you missing right now? Is it mentors and peers? Is it allies? Or is it friends? Which one? You're missing one of them. I'll guarantee it. So think about that, because that's where you can apply these strategies to start to increase or build the bench strength in that bucket. Okay. So the networking code is to earn trust fast. It's real straightforward. Here's how you build trust without being fake, without being phony, without being salesy. Consistency beats charisma. Show up. Be the same all the time. People trust patterns. They trust consistency. Number 2, specificity beats generic compliments. Instead of great job, you say, I really like the way you thought about X and the way you explained yourself. That really got me thinking. That's very specific. I love the way you approached that. I loved your attitude when you were talking about this. I love the way you handled this situation. Those are specific compliments and they resonate, not generic. Generic's forgettable and it feels like you're kissing someone's ass. There's some people that like their ass kissed. I'm telling you, those are not people that you want to spend a lot of time around because you're not going to get much out of them, out of that relationship long term. You're just not. Number 3, service beats self-promotion. Stop leading with, here's what I do, here's what I want. Nobody gives a shit. Instead, start asking them questions about themselves. What are you working on? What are you trying to solve? Who do you need to meet? What's exciting to you right now? Be the connector. Be the person who adds value. Be the person who's genuinely curious about what they're doing. People love to talk about that stuff and tell you, and you might be able to help them. You might know someone that can help them on their goals. I can't tell you how many times I've been talking to someone, they say, I'm struggling with X. And I know someone who has dealt with X before, so I connect those 2 people. I'll put it on an email together, or I'll forward a contact and say, hey, you tell them I told you to call. And they'll talk to you and they'll help you with your situation. Hundreds of times through my life, I've done something like that. Hundreds. And it's why I have a huge network of people. It's not a shock. It's not an accident. It's not because I got something out of it. Did I eventually get something out of those relationships somewhere down the road? Sometimes. Sometimes I got huge benefits out of it. Sometimes I got no other benefits than doing the right thing and feeling good about it. And that's great because that gives meaning and purpose to your life. Okay? So that's the way we got to think about it. Be consistent, be specific when you give compliments, and think service instead of self-promotion. All right? Now, we're going to give you a 5-step system to expand your circle. Here's a system. If you do this for 90 days, I promise you it will change your life. It's that straightforward. Step 1, choose 2 rooms and commit weekly. All right? What do I mean by rooms? You need repeated exposure. You need familiarity. So you need to show up in the same rooms consistently over a 90-day period. What are the rooms that I'm talking about? Let me give you some examples that you can pick. I don't care which ones you pick. Which ones are important to you? Those are the ones you should pick. A gym class, volunteering, a church group, a golf league, alumni events, chamber events, meetups in your industry, book clubs, parenting groups, running clubs, local businesses, networking groups. Those are all examples that you could show up to on a regular basis that will allow you to interact with people and start to develop relationships in those groups. 2 rooms, once a week, every week, for for 90 days. No excuses. That's step 1. Step 2, use our 3-question opener. These work both personal and professional settings. What keeps you busy these days? What are you working towards this year? What's a challenge you're trying to solve right now? Those 3 are open-ended questions. And if they answer shortly, you can say, super interesting. Tell me more about that. They'll talk more about it, right? They create a real conversation, and then they reveal the other person's needs, goals, and values. That's what you're looking for. Like I said, if you can't think of a follow-up based on what they say, interesting, tell me more about that. They'll keep talking. It'll give you an opening to continue the conversation. Okay, so step 3 is listen for the needs and figure out how to help them build one bridge. Your job's not to impress them. It's not to show them how smart you are on the subject. It's not to show deep empathy with their cause. None of those things. Your job is to listen and think of an opportunity by which you can help them out. So you're going to create a bridge for them or help them create a bridge. How do you do that? You can make an introduction to someone you know. You could talk about a resource that might be helpful for them. You could give them a contact they could talk to. You could suggest a podcast episode that you saw that is germane to the topic. You could talk about a book that's germane to their topic. You might have a simple idea about their thing. You might suggest a 15-minute call to talk about it further with you or with somebody else. Here's a sentence you can use to do that. I might know someone or I might know something that could help. Mind if I send it your way? There you go. Now you're building bridges. Now you're collaborating. Now you're working with someone to help them achieve what they want. It's how you become valuable without being pushy or salesy. It's real straightforward. Step 4, follow up within 48 hours. Simple and no pressure. And when I say no pressure, lead with no pressure. Just tell them no pressure. I'm not trying to lean on you here. Most people never follow up. That's why relationships fall off and die. The follow-up is one personal detail, one useful thing, one small next step. We'll give you an example. Hey, Sarah, good talking with you at the event. I like the point you about building systems instead of relying on motivation. Here's an article I mentioned on X. Here's that article I mentioned on X. If you want, I'm free Thursday or Friday for a quick chat. There you go. It's short, it's human, it's relatable, it's very clear. Now you've opened the door for further communication. Most people will take that. Most people will step through that door. Number 5, turn one-offs into rhythms. Relationships grow through repetition. So create recurring touch points. We're going to get together monthly for a cup of coffee. We're going to have a quarterly lunch. We're going to do a weekly walk. We're going to start a group text. We're going to have a game night. We're going to do a volunteer event. We're going to work together on a collaborative project. If you want friends, you have to create the rhythm. Don't wait for them. That's where most people go wrong. They want someone else to make the first move. If you want good things in your life, it's up to you to make the first move. You take control of the situation. You determine the cadence. You make the suggestions. You make the plans. That's the way things will happen for you. Friends don't happen. They're built through consistent actions over a long-term period of time. Okay? And then collaboration that will actually work. How do we do that? This is where networking becomes super, super powerful. Most collaborations fail because they're vague. We should do something sometime. That's a fantasy. That's a wish. That's a dream. That's not a plan. Real collaboration needs a shared outcome, defined roles, a timeline, and a communication cadence. Okay? Pro tip here. Start with a 2-week micro before you go big. Example, you could host an event and invite a bunch of people to it. You're going to give a talk on X, whatever X is. Serve tea and cookies, right? Record an episode and post it on the internet. Look, I do 5 episodes a week. You can do it. I got a camera and a microphone. I put my scripts together. I think about what I think would be helpful for people based on the experience I've got in my life as a leader, as someone who's been in a long-term successful relationship. What's worked for me? And I share those with you guys. It ain't rocket science. Run a workshop. Do a referral swap. Refer someone to them. Ask them to refer someone to you. Collaborate on one piece of content. I've done that several times with people. It's gone great. Small bet, fast feedback, low risk. You can set all of those things up and do them. You're just not doing it. You're just not doing it. And that's why you're sitting there by yourself. Okay? So, we did the do's. Let's talk about the don'ts. What are the mistakes a lot of people make that prevent them from becoming good networkers or pushing this process forward? Mistake number 1 is they try to impress people. You want to aim to understand people, not try to impress them, okay? Nobody wants to hear your fucking victory speech. Nobody wants to hear it. Keep it to yourself. Think about understanding them. Number 2, collecting collecting contacts. It's not about the volume of people you can interact with. It's about the quality of the relationships you develop. The fix is to build consistency and rhythm with the people that are truly important or fit really well with you. Number 3, they escalate it too quick. They go too big too soon. Start with something small and earn value and trust. You don't want to talk to someone and say, hey, why don't you invest $1 million in my idea? Nope. Why don't you come down and see what we're working on and see how much interest you have in this thing going forward? I do the opposite. I actually tell people, I don't think this is for you. When you tell someone that it's not for them, that I'm telling you, it is wild how much they resist that. What do you mean it's not for me? I'm not good enough for it. I want to participate in it. I do the exact opposite of what most salespeople do. I don't try to talk people into stuff. I actually tell them it's probably not for them. That works almost all the time. And if I genuinely think something's a bad fit for someone, I won't do it with them. I don't want to set people up for failure. I don't want bad things to happen. I don't want people to lose money or time or be disappointed. If I think they're a bad fit, I say no. I've actually lost friends who asked me to recommend them for jobs at places I worked. And I really like these people and got along with them. But they were a bad fit for the culture where I was. Most of the places I've worked at have been kind of swim with the sharks, A-type personality, only the strong survive. And they weren't cut out for those environments, in my opinion. And I loved hanging out with them. I loved spending time with them. But they were a bad fit. And I told them, no, like, you're my friend. How can you not recommend me? I'm like, I don't want to set you up for failure. And I have my name on you. If you fail, it has my name on you too. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm doing you a favor by not recommending you. They didn't see it that way, and that's okay. But don't go too big too soon, right? Next, the fourth mistake here is don't reach out when you need something. Just reach out to touch base. What's going on? Or what do you need? Nothing. Just want to see what you're up to. Like, be genuine about it. Be proactive when you don't need a thing, and that will tell people that you're not in it for what you can get out of it, but you're in it because the relationship matters to you, okay? So, our next 7 days, let's synthesize this challenge down into bullet points that you can take action on. Number 1, 2 rooms you're going to show up to weekly. Number 2, you're going to start 3 conversations with our 3 questions that we talked about. Step 3, you're going to send 3 follow-ups within 48 hours like we talked about. Most people don't follow up. Don't be like most people. Number 4, you're going to make 1 introduction between 2 people from this process that you're going through. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't, but they'll never forget that you tried. Number 5, you're going to schedule 1 recurring touch point, a monthly coffee, a quarterly lunch. Remember the list we went through? One of those. If you do that every week, you're going to start seeing your connections build really, really fast. Okay? So that is the plan. You can implement that plan. You just have to do it. Get organized, take action, and do it. It's very straightforward. It will change your life. It will put you around better people than you're around now. People that want more out of life, people that take action, people that don't make excuses, people that refuse to be victims. Those are the people you want to spend time with, not the people who are constantly making excuses, who are constantly victims, who are constantly sitting and crying about their problems instead of proactively trying to solve them, okay? Do that every week for 90 days. I am telling you, it will change your life. Your life gets bigger when your circle gets bigger, plain and simple. Networking is not manipulation. It's not using people. It's leadership. It's building a community. It's contributing to the goodness in other people's lives. So show up, be useful, and follow through. And I am telling you, it will change your life. Okay, James puts it up over here every day. Head over to our website, saltygingertalk.com. All of our podcast episodes are available there. Links to all of our social media accounts are available there. We do a newsletter. We publish a newsletter every weekday you can subscribe to on our website. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to our podcast, whatever platform you consume it on. We do episodes like this where we give you real-world techniques to make your life better. We interview people who share what they've learned in life on how you can take their learnings, apply them to your life to make your life better. We do a live stream every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern that you can check out. It's all good stuff. It's all going to help you build the life that you want. You don't want to miss any of it. Make sure you catch our next episode. We'll see you there.